Stephen Allan. Steve Capus is the executive producer of the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley, and executive editor of CBS News. He is the former president of NBC News. Early life and career. Steve Capus was born in 1963. He graduated from William Tennant High School in Warminster, Pennsylvania, and went on to attend Temple University, graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Journalism in 1986. Capus began his journalism career in radio and print, working at several stations and daily newspapers in the Philadelphia area. Capus was a director at WCSD-FM, a non-profit community radio station in Warminster, in the early 1980s. He worked at WCAU-TV in Philadelphia in 1986, and became an executive producer with KYW-TV in Philadelphia in 1990. Capus moved to Charlotte, NC in 1993, joining the NBC News team as the senior producer of NBC Nightside, an overnight news program. Capus then continued his career with NBC in Manhattan. During this time, he was the broadcast producer of NBC News Sunrise, and then the supervising producer for Today. From 1997 to May 2001, Capus was the executive producer of MSNBC's The News with Brian Williams. He was also the executive producer of numerous NBC News breaking reports and MSNBC special broadcasts. Among them were the 2000 presidential primaries and election, the Summit in Silicon Valley with Tom Brokaw, and the political series 100 Days, 1000 Voices. Capus was the executive producer of NBC Nightly News from May 2001 to June 2005. During this time, Capus was the executive producer for NBC News coverage of the terror attacks on September 11, 2001, the war in Iraq, and the Decision 2002 to 2004 political coverage. Capus was then promoted to senior vice president of NBC News, where he led the network news division, was executive in charge of MSNBC, MSNBC in NBC and EWS.com digital and mobile properties, and NBC News Radio. Capus served as a member of the following boards: NBC, Microsoft joint venture, The Weather Channel and Weather.com, and a museum in Washington, D.C. President of NBC News. In November 2005, Capus was named president of NBC News. Capus has served as the arbiter of issues involving ethics, style, standards, safety and other matters that affected the division's journalistic bearing. Capus reported to Steve Burke, Chief Executive Officer of NBC Universal. Capus's successful reign as president began as Hurricane Katrina struck in August 2005. The storm coverage was the first of countless challenges. He would lead the broadcast, cable and online news divisions though, for catastrophic weather events, dangerous war coverage in Iraq and Afghanistan, the historic election of Barack Obama, many successful election cycles and presidential debates, the Virginia Tech massacre, Arab Spring uprising, an economic and business meltdown, the establishment of NBC News Education Nation, and even a royal wedding in London. It all added up to critically acclaimed programming, industry-leading ratings, business performance and outstanding individual and divisional reputations. While he led the news division, NBC News was '1 across all broadcast properties. MSNBC Cable moved into a position of strength and relevance. MSNBC.com was fully integrated into the news division while dramatically improving major metrics analytics including traffic and video streams. Capus managed all of the NBC News properties, including the worldwide news gathering, international partners, infrastructure of editorial and AMP, technical crews, production teams and correspondents, NBC Nightly News, Today, Meet the Press, Dateline, Rock Center, and the network's special and elections units. His purview also included MSNBC Cable, NBC News, Com's digital properties such as Thegrio.com, Today.com, Breaking News.com, NBC Learn and a multitude of mobile products and apps. He was also subjected occasionally to criticism, and in other times lauded, for many controversial decisions he has had to make throughout his career, especially for those made during his time as NBC News president. He has stated that it is his job to try to balance conflicting opinions and to come to the decision that he believes is the right one. Under his leadership, NBC News was honored 4 years in a row with the esteemed Edward R. Murrow Award for overall excellence in the network news category. Capus has also received numerous awards throughout his career, including 4 Emmy Awards, 6 Edward R. Murrow Awards, 1 Alfred I. DuPont and 6 National Headliner Awards. Capus announced February 1, 2013 that he was leaving the network. Steve Capus joined IESE Business School as executive-in-residence to share his expertise. Steve Capus started a blog in January 2014 with stories and analysis about entrepreneurs, leadership, communications, journalism, politics, transformation, innovation, the digital revolution, and big ideas. CBS News. On May 6, 2014, CBS News announced that Capus would join the network as executive editor of CBS News and executive producer of the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley. In his role as executive editor of CBS News, Capus's multi-platform expertise, as well as his decades of news gathering and production experience, provides a key resource to the entire news division. Capus also brings his extensive management and award-winning journalism experience to the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley as executive producer. CBS News chairman Jeff Fager lauded Capus as a successful journalist and news manager and said that he is a real pro with an extraordinary record, and we are fortunate to have him joining us at CBS News. Quote, in the announcement, CBS News President David Rhodes said that Steve will make the evening news more competitive than ever and will make our management team stronger than ever. Personal life. Capus's wife is former NBC News producer Sofia Fascianos. He has 3 children.